Thank you, everybody. We are here live at the beautiful Brunswick Majestic Lanes in Linwood, Washington, on behalf of the Furry Sports Network for Kijani's Bowling Challenge 2. And it's going to be a great match, guys, I tell you, because this challenger that we have taken on the Lion today, Eaite, he's a very skilled competitor, he's tough, and it's going to be a very, very close match, I think. And if you weren't with us last time for Kijani's Bowling Challenge number 1, which was held at Tech City Bowl, Dino was the challenger, and Kijani took care of the German Shepherd quite handily that day, 121 to 64. I think this time around, though, the match is going to be a lot tighter. It's going to be probably come down to the 10th frame, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's go laneside and check in on our competitors. As you can see, we are bowling under the black light tonight. It's going to be a little bit of an additional challenge for our competitors, but nothing they can't handle, I'm sure. Kijani on the left side of your screen, the Lion, and Eaite on the right side. Here's the paw shake. And oh my goodness, the battle's starting a little early, it looks like, as Kijani tries a cheap shot there, all in good fun. And here's Eaite to lead it off in the first frame. Looks good. Oh, right through the nose and leaves the 610. Very lucky to avoid a split on that shot. Eaite going for the spare. Oh, that's in the gutter. Rough start for the Rat, as he goes 8 out in the first frame. And here's our defending champion, Kijani, with his opening delivery of this contest. Looks good. Oh man, solid 7. That was perfect in the pocket. What a tough break to start. Kijani has always been a solid spear shooter, kind of like a predator getting ready to pounce on some prey down there. Let's see if he can pick this one off. Going cross lane at the 7-pin. And has it. Very well done. Alright, up steps Eaite on his second frame. He looks pretty confident as he points towards the pins and nods. Needs to shake off that open frame in the first and get on track here. Let's see how he does. Lets it go. That ball needs to hook a little bit. Gets back and leaves the 1-2-4-7 rail. A tough spare. Okay, Eaite has a tough assignment here to avoid 2 open frames to start this match. He's got to get the ball to the left side of the head pin or the right side and carry all 4 pins with the ball. See if he can do it. Sends it out there. And perfect. Great shot. He's got to be real happy with that conversion. Kijani here in the second frame. Lets it go. Needs to hook a little bit. Oh, and he misses the head pin. Leaves the 1-2-10 washout. Not happy with that delivery is the Lion as Eaite looks on. This is a tough spare here. He's going to have to get the ball on the left side of that head pin and kick it over into the 10. Very tall task, especially with this limited vision here in this black light. Let's see how he does. Lines up for the spare. Oh, that's got a chance. Oh, just misses. Great attempt. And I apologize, we had a little bit of a technical error here. While we were away, Eaite spared in the third frame, and now Kijani is up in the bottom half of his third frame. Bounces a little bit. Looks pretty good in Brooklyn side, and it's a strike for the Lion. His first of the match, very good, and he's getting pumped up. High five from Eaite there. And as we take a quick look at the scoreboard, Eaite leads by 2 after 3 frames. Okay, here is Eaite up in the third frame off a couple of nice spares. Let's see if he can pull his first strike of the match here. Looks pretty good, maybe a little bit left. Ooh, through the nose again and leaves the 6-10. And if you remember, this is the same spare he missed for an open frame in the first. Let's see if he can get it this time. Eaite seems pretty confident he's going to be able to make the adjustment on this spare here. And again, I reiterate, it is so difficult to bowl for these anthro characters with that limited vision, especially in the black light, big paw pads that just don't seem to fit in those holes made for human beings, but they get it done as he goes cross lane, and it's absolutely perfect on the spare, covers both pins with the ball. Textbook. Eaite's happy about that. And some good sportsmanship there from Kijani. Okay, here's Kijani, strike working in the fourth frame. Lets it fly, a little more ball speed on this one, and it's a solid pocket hit for a strike. Great shot, that's a double. And with that one, Kijani takes the lead and flexes his muscles. Game on. Eaite up in the 5th frame, does his little waggle on the approach. Looks pretty good. And pins flying everywhere. Oh, nothing gets the 4 pin though. Still just a single pin spare. He's got to be happy with that result. And we'll go with our lane side look here for Eaite's spare attempt in the 5th. Again, a big shout out to our camera crew for the great job that they're doing bringing this live telecast to you from the Furry Sports Network. Eaite going for the 4 pin. Needs to cover his spares here to stay close in this match. Cross lane, needs to hook. Oh, just misses it on the high side. That's not good there. He's going to fall further behind as he shows his disgust after that missed spare. Kijani now up in the 5th, can really put the hammer down in this match. He's on a double after Eaite missed that spare. Oh, double dribbles it. Oh, the ball goes in the gutter. Oh, bad time for that. And he said something to our camera crew there, lane side. I think he might have been distracted on that shot, but like any good competitor, he'll shake it off and get back on the horse. That gutter ball was pretty costly though. It cost him 30 pins on the score sheet. Okay, Kijani really needs to dig deep and focus after that gutter ball. Much better delivery on that one. Can't see it, but it's a solid pocket hit for the spare. Good recovery. Well, Kijani could have taken a huge lead there, but instead he only leads by 12. It's anybody's match here in the halfway point. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on the Furry Sports Network.
After shaving, I always use Orangina. It soothes my skin, giving it a smoothness like I've never felt before. Orangina, naturally.
Just a few drops of Orangina made from orange pulp are enough to polish and lubrify anything. Orangina, naturally.
Welcome back to Kijani's Bowling Challenge here on the Furry Sports Network. We have a thrilling match going, Kijani leading by just 12 at the halfway point. And we're off on our second half of the game. Eaite trails by 12, really needs to put a good shot in here. See how he does. So it's a little left going Brooklyn, and oh man, could have easily been a strike. Instead, it's the 7 pin in the left corner. And Eaite seems to be saying he's got this. He can't really afford to fall any further behind in this match, so let's see if he can go cross lane and nail that pin in the corner, the 7. It's a great atmosphere here. Obviously got a good crowd here tonight. Some great action, some great fursuit bowling. It's everything we could expect here at the Furry Sports Network. And that's, oh, he pulled it. It's going to go in the gutter, and it's another open frame. Eaite is quite dejected, lays on the approach, but there's a lot of game left. You never know what's going to happen. And here is Kijani's 6th frame after Eaite opened again with a missed spare. Can't really afford to do that in this tight match here. Kijani lets it fly. That ball looks like it's going right through the nose, and it does, and it's a big split. Oh no! Kijani, the lion, hands it right back to the rat. What a gift. Unless he can pull off a miracle split conversion here. Okay, Kijani at the 6, 7, 10. This is a really tough split. Probably just going to go for the 2 pins on the right, and he did. He got them both. That's good. That's about all he can ask for on that. And he maintains a slim lead over Eaite after 6 frames. How close is it? Okay, Eaite up in the 7th frame now, trailing by 9 as you saw. It's anybody's game at this point. It's going to be who can perform in the latter stages of this match is going to take it. Eaite lets it go. It's a little left. Hits the head pin, and whoa, what a nice break there, rolling the 3 pin out of that spare. He is excited about that. That makes that spare a lot easier. It's just the single pin, the 9 pin. Of course, he has missed 2 single pins already, and this is another big spare for the rat. Alright, at the 9 pin, Eaite looks pretty good. And oh no! He misses on the left side, and Kijani is shocked. And that is a third single pin. Eaite has missed this game. That could be his downfall. We will see. And again, the pressure on these furry athletes must be tremendous with all that's at stake right now. Kijani in the 7th frame trying to take advantage of another Eaite miscue. And that ball looks like it's way left of the head pin. Oh, only gets 6 and leaves a very difficult spare, the 1-3-6-8. It's going to be a tough assignment for the Lion coming up. And pardon the expression, but we have a real cat and mouse game going here. Except this time the mouse is chasing the cat in Kijani as he has the lead shooting for the spare. Looks pretty good. Oh, and he chops the 3 off the 6, leaves an open frame, and hands it right back to Eaite. It's anybody's game still as we enter the 8th frame. Eaite up in the 8th frame. He really needs to get a mark here to put some pressure back on Kijani in the 9th and 10th frames coming up. And goes Brooklyn and oh, gets a terrible break, leaves a split to 5-7. Could have easily been 9 on that shot. And Eaite's a little perplexed at the result there, but what's happened is happened, and he needs to try to convert this split to stay close in this match. Here's a great lane level look as Eaite goes for this split. Eaite at the 5-7 split. Looks like he's just going to get the 1, and he does. Kijani in the bottom of the 8th frame has a 10-pin lead, can make it 20 with the strike here. And most importantly, set up the 9th and 10th frames. Let's see how he does. And that ball looks pretty good through the nose. Oh, and it's another split. This time the 4-7-10, and the Lion can't believe it. Oh, so many chances to put Eaite on the ropes, and instead it's most likely going to be another open frame for the Lion here. This one's even tougher than the split he had before because the ball will be hooking away from the 4-pin. It's going to take really a kingly effort here to slide that 4-pin over into the 10. Let's see if he can do it. If he does not pick this up, it's going to be within 10 pins the match, and he takes the 2 again. Wow, this match is coming down to the 9th and 10th frame, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Eaite now is running out of time. 2 frames left, down by 9. I think he really must get either a spare or a strike here to have any sort of a chance to come back in this match, because Kijani's not going to give it away. See if Eaite can make a good shot here and set up the 10th frame. And that ball is way left. Let's see if he can get a good count. And he does. Leaves just the 1-3. That's a great result. Eaite is very pleased with that, I'm sure. As now he is going to try to figure out how to pick up those 2 remaining pins. Okay, Mr. Rat shooting at the 1-3 just like a strike shot. You want to pretend all the pins are up there and fit that ball right in the pocket. Can he do it? Looks good. He has it. Perfect. Absolutely on the money. Eaite spares up in the 9th frame and puts all the pressure on Kijani now. Alright, the Lion is now up in the all-important 9th frame. Eaite spared up, so he really needs to make a good shot. And oh, that ball looked like it fell right out of his hand and went straight to the left. Oh no, Kijani leaves a very tough spare. The 1-3-8-9-10. There's only really one way to make this and a lot of ways to miss it. Kijani now preparing to shoot at this difficult 5-count spare in the 9th frame. If he does not convert this, Eaite can shut him out in the 10th frame with a double. The Lion holds his own destiny in his hands right here. This is such a tough shot. He has to get the ball right in the perfect spot. Left of the head pin. Will it carry? No! The head pin rolls right in front of the 9 as the Lion hits the deck. What a terrible, terrible break at a key moment in this match. Eaite tries to console him a little bit, but he will have the upper hand going into the 10th frame. Let's look at the scoreboard. What a match. And with that open frame by Kijani, Eaite actually took the lead by 2 pins heading into the 10th frame. And Eaite can actually shut him out by striking out. He has a possible 150. Kijani can only get to 148. Okay, we have reached the all-important 10th frame here. Eaite up on the approach, leading by 2 pins. He hasn't thrown a strike yet this game. This would be a great time for his first one. Looks good. In the pocket, light, and oh, rolls the 2-pin out of there, leaves the 8-pin only. That's another great break. That's a much easier spare than with that sleeper in the back. Okay, here's the situation. Eaite, if he spares here and gets a strike, he will force Kijani to double in the 10th frame to win. And that is a tall task. Could we see a new champion here on Kijani's Bowling Challenge? First things first, though, we're going to stay with you as Eaite goes for this 8-pin. Must convert this. Never a doubt. Right on line, and he knows it. Great shot. Eaite covers the 8-pin, and that's a huge spare in the 10th frame. Okay, and yeah, Eaite's very confident. He says one more. That's what he needs. And here we have just another important ball for Eaite. If he strikes here, he makes Kijani double. If he does not strike, Kijani can win the match with a strike or a spare and a good count in the 10th, and that's way wide. Oh no! Eaite let one get away from him. Kijani says he choked, and that may be right. Boy, that just made this match very interesting. Eaite finishes up with a 135. Very good game. But will it be enough? Alright, this is what it comes down to for Kijani. He needs a mark, which means a strike or a spare, and 8 pins to win the match. Obviously, a strike here would make his job a lot easier. Talk about a pressure moment here for Kijani. A strike here would really help his chances in the 10th. Looks real good. Perfect shot in the pocket. What a great performance we have seen here. It's not over yet, though. The heavy lifting has been done. It all comes down to this shot for Kijani. If he can get 8 pins or better, he will retain his title of the Kijani Bowling Challenge champion over a very, very tough Eaite. Here it is. Lets it fly. Looks really good. It's in the pocket, and it's a strike. Kijani has won the match with that shot right there. Absolutely perfect. He's going wild. And talk about clutch. Eaite being a great sport, giving him a hug there, not realizing the match is over. And wow, what a match we saw today. Some great shot making down the stretch. And Kijani pulls it out. We knew going in this would be a tough match with probably a high score would take it. And Kijani finishing up here in the 10th frame. And gets 7 pins. Good time to leave that. Victory. 145 to 135 is the final. Close 10-pin match all the way. Johnny doing a little victory dance there. And Kijani applauding Eaite's great bowling today. He put up a great fight. Just pretty much 1 or 2 spares away from winning the match himself. It was very, very close. We wouldn't expect anything less from these two guys. And now let's take a look at our shot of the match. And it was definitely the second ball in the 10th frame, the one that sealed the game for Kijani. It must be so hard to concentrate with the pressure and the lights and everything going on. But Kijani dug deep, found a way to get it done in a big way. Ball rolling right over his target. A little bit of rotation in the back end. And as you can see, absolutely perfect. 10 back, nothing standing on that pin deck. A great, great shot. Alright, that wraps it up from here. Congratulations to Kijani for successfully defending his bowling challenge title in a thrilling match over Eaite. And a special shout out to our video crew, Synthro and Da'alrakken, for the great job that they did providing our coverage today. And for Furry Sports Network, this is Generic Bowling Announcer saying goodbye, and see you next time on Kijani's Bowling Challenge.